Hey, it's Tom
And Mike.
from Take Time to Travel. The city of Niagara Falls is known worldwide for one of the natural wonders of the world, the spectacular Niagara Falls. But there is so much more to see and do in Niagara Falls, Canada. From go-karting and arcade games at the Midway to trying your luck at the casino and taking a stroll along beautiful trails, there's something to do for everyone.
And we're going to show you all of it to hopefully give you some ideas on what to do on your trip to Niagara Falls. We'll get started with our favorite attraction, the Journey Behind the Falls, where you can get unforgettable views from the foot of the Horseshoe Falls, as well as from behind it. First, you'll descend 125 feet down in an elevator and explore 130-year-old tunnels through the bedrock behind Niagara's Horseshoe Falls, which lead you over to these cool vantage points where you can see the backside of the mighty Niagara Falls. But the best part of the Journey Behind the Falls attraction is after you walk out from the end of the tunnels to the lower observation deck.
From the second level of the observation deck, you can get some amazing views of the Canadian side of Niagara Falls, Horseshoe Falls, where up to 2,800 cubic meters of water flows over every second, traveling 65 kilometers per hour. And if you head down to the main level of the observation deck, you'll get even better unobstructed views at the foot of the thunderous 13-story tall Horseshoe Falls. What a phenomenal perspective of Niagara Falls.
Even with the provided yellow raincoats, you're still going to get a little bit wet. But it's definitely worth it for those unforgettable up-close views of the magnificent Niagara Falls.
But let's get going and check out another one of our favorite attractions where you'll get some incredible views of the falls. Previously called the Maid of the Mist, the Voyage to the Falls boat tour is now run by Niagara City Cruises.
For this experience, we decided to get a place right at the front. To start the boat tour, we headed towards the American side of Niagara Falls, which were absolutely incredible up close and in person.
Next, we made our way over towards the largest of the three waterfalls making up Niagara Falls, the Canadian Horseshoe Falls, where approximately 90% of the water in the Niagara River flows over. This was probably our favorite part of the whole boat tour, getting up close to the base of the thunderous Horseshoe Falls and experiencing the water crashing down all around us. It was like being in a downpour, and we even had the occasional foam shower. Even though we got a little bit wet, we still had a great time.
Another attraction with a unique view of the falls is the Skylon Tower. The Skylon Tower has a couple of different dining options, but we're just going to check out the observation deck. Here are the different prices for the ride to the top of the observation decks. We passed by an empty arcade on our way over to the elevators, and there was literally no one in line for the elevator ride up to the top of the observation decks, which was nice. After a couple of people stepped off the elevator, it was time to hop on and start the 52-second long elevator ride up to the top of the attraction, during which you'll see lovely views the entire trip from the glass-enclosed exterior elevators. After the short ride, you can step outside onto the Skylon Tower's outdoor observation deck, which also offers some pretty spectacular panoramic perspectives of Niagara Falls.
The 360-degree outdoor observation deck can get a little bit windy, but it's worth it for the views from 775 feet above the mighty falls. If you're wondering, the Horseshoe Falls are on the right, and the American Falls, as well as the Bridal Veil Falls, are on the left side. There's also an indoor observation deck, and of course, there's a gift shop.
After a quick visit, it's time to head back to the elevators and catch a ride down so that we can show you some more things to do in Niagara Falls, Canada. Not too far from the Skylon Tower, Clifton Hill has a lot of attractions like Ripley's Believe It or Not, located in this toppled over skyscraper, as well as the House of Frankenstein across the street.
Along the main drag, Clifton Hill, you can also find flashing lights, touristy shops, lots of restaurants, as well as our favorite draw to the street, the Great Canadian Midway. Let's head inside and check it out.
Featuring over 300 games inside 70,000 square feet of fun, the Great Canadian Midway Entertainment Complex is the ultimate Niagara Falls arcade. So of course, we had to get some tokens so that we could play some games.
Just beside the tokens booth, there's this creepy guy who lifts off his head inside the Ghost Blasters 3D interactive ride. But we're going to make our way over to the far side of the Midway and try the tallest game in the house, the High Striker game.
It cost 3 tokens for 3 swings. After Tom put in his tokens, he picked up the plastic hammer, made his way over to the target, wound up and swung. Unfortunately, he didn't make it to the top, but it was a good effort. After that, we explored the arcade for a little bit, and then decided to shoot some hoops at the basketball arcade game, which I think is my favorite. Next, Tom wanted to try the Wild West shooting gallery.
To play, you fire at the lit up targets, and if you hit them, they each do something different, like knocking over a bottle, ringing a bell, or having a hand play the guitar. For $10, we spent almost an hour playing quite a few games at the Midway and having a lot of fun.
Just beside the Midway, you'll find the 175-foot tall Niagara Skywheel. And just next to the towering Niagara Skywheel, you'll find another attraction, the Dinosaur Adventure Mini Golf Course, which features 2 18-hole mini golf courses filled with life-size dinosaurs. It really did look like a great place to play mini golf, especially at night with the giant Ferris wheel lit up behind it. After a round of mini golf, a ride on the Skywheel, or after playing some games on the Midway, why not treat yourself to some funnel cakes?
We placed our order and then watched the staff make the funnel cakes fresh right in front of us. After the dough was fried, it was time to put on the icing sugar, as well as the ice cream and the other toppings. And voila, the finished product, the Oreo funnel cake. We walked about a minute over to the Skywheel, found a spot on a bench with a nice view of it, sat down and enjoyed our tasty Oreo funnel cake topped with icing sugar, lots of soft serve ice cream, Oreo chunks, and chocolate sauce. Oh man, funnel cake always tastes delicious.
Just off Clifton Hill, you'll find North America's largest elevated go-kart track, the Niagara Speedway. The course spans 4 acres and includes a 4-story spiral ramp. It looks like a Mario Kart track or something that you can race through with go-karts boasting speeds of up to 32 kilometers an hour. If you're looking for some adults-only fun, then there's the Fallsview Casino Resort. It's the largest gaming resort facility in Canada, with over 3,500 slot machines and 130 gaming tables. During our visit to Niagara Falls, we made a few daytime trips there, as well as at night. At the end of the day, after our many hours of fun at the casino, we ended up walking away with some winnings of about $80. Niagara Falls also has another smaller casino called Casino Niagara. We didn't try that one, but it's another option as well.
If you're looking for something outside to do, make sure to check out Queen Victoria Park. It has lots of beautiful flowers and gardens and has views of both the American Falls and the Horseshoe Falls. We visited in the beginning of May, so there were tons of these lovely spring daffodils in bloom. Very pretty. As we kept walking along on our stroll, we passed by some scenic areas with gorgeous landscape gardens filled with red and yellow tulips that extended over multiple different levels, as well as some delightful gardens with pink blossoming trees. On our way over to the Oaks Garden Theater, which opened in 1937. It's pretty cool how the amphitheater opens up to views of Niagara Falls in the distance.
The Oaks Garden Theater sure is an impressive looking venue. Love all the tulips lining the length of the structure. What a great spot to relax. Just beside the theater, there's some more lovely flower gardens. And just at the bottom of the Oaks Garden Theater, there are, you guessed it, some more wonderfully landscaped gardens with great views of the falls. But let's keep going and see what else there is to do in Niagara Falls.
When you cross the road onto the other side of Niagara Parkway, you'll make it onto the Fallsview Trail, which has amazing views of both the American Falls and the Horseshoe Falls. If you keep going all the way over to the Table Rock Welcome Center, you'll find this lookout point with this incredible view right at the edge, overlooking the Horseshoe Falls.
Just on the other side of the Table Rock Welcome Center, there's the Falls Incline Railway, which provides a convenient link between the tourist area and the Welcome Center, and it also has some pretty spectacular views. After we paid for our one-way tickets, which cost $3 per person, we walked over to the funicular, showed our tickets, and made our way inside the climate-controlled carriage, which had large glass windows in every direction.
We sat down at some seats right by the front window, and after a little wait, we started our ascent. The short but enjoyable trip up offers some delightful bird's-eye views of the Canadian Horseshoe Falls.
You can also take the Falls Incline Railway down for the same price, but the best rate is the daily rate for $7 per person. Then you can enjoy the incline all day, as many times as you like, saving time and getting some incredible views.
For another unique way to see the falls, you can also try ziplining, where you'll get some unforgettable views of both the American Falls as well as the Canadian Horseshoe Falls.
Another cool experience in Niagara Falls is the Whitewater Walk, where you can take a scenic stroll along the boardwalk next to the Niagara River's Class 6 Whitewater Rapids, which are some of the wildest in North America. Next to the boardwalk, there are various viewing platforms that offer even more up-close views. It really was a fantastic experience, getting this close to the Niagara River's rapids, just downstream from the mighty Niagara Falls.
After all those activities, you're sure to work up an appetite, and Niagara Falls has some good food options to choose from, which we made a whole separate video on to help give you some ideas on where to eat in Niagara Falls. We'll link it in the description section down below. Well, we hope we gave you some ideas on some fun things to see and what to do in Niagara Falls. I know we had a lot of fun making this video, and we hope you enjoyed watching it too. If you did, we'd really appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications on our future videos. It really helps our channel to grow.
And remember, take time to travel. Catch you on the next one.